So in the last section of the chapter here, we're gonna be looking at what's called applications and problem solving. These types of problems can also be called coin and digit problems. We're gonna be looking at how to apply the substitution method and the elimination method to solve a problem. So here we have the following problem that's presented to us. It says there were 322 people at a showing of a film. Admission was $9.25 per adult and $6 per child. The total sales was $2,640.50. How many adults and how many children attended the show? So one thing that you got to keep in mind when you have these type of problems is that you're going to have two equations. One of them is going to be the quantity, the number of people or the number of items, and the second equation is going to be involving the monetary, the quantity. Okay, so one is the actual quantity of people, and the other one is the quantity of money involved. So let's go ahead and take a look at that here. Okay, so to look at the quantity, let's look at how many. So we know that there was a total of, we'll say, adults plus children, right? Equals 322, right? Now, the second equation, we're going to apply the monetary values. So we said that it's 9.25 per adult. So per every, we'll have 9.25 times an adult, plus we said that it's $6 per child. So 6 times the number of children, and it gave you the amount of 2,640 with 50 cents. Okay, so now we have to determine which of the two methods do you want to use. Do you want to use the addition method or the substitution method? Which one is more convenient? So what I would do first, I would go ahead and clear your decimals from the second equation. Because see, you have 0.25 here, 9.25, and you have 2640.50. So that's going to throw you off. So what I would do, I would go ahead and first make this clearing the decimals, and I would convert it to this. Look, so I would have A plus C equals 322, and I'm going to have 925A plus, because the reason why I moved it was moving it twice, right? 1, 2. So from 6, it's going to be moving it 2 places, and we'll add zeros in there. So it'll be plus 600C. It's equal to 2640.50, right? Because we got rid of the decimal. So now let's look at this number here. We need to either make it a positive or a negative, either the A or the C. So let's go ahead and make the C negative. Okay, so we're going to multiply the top equation here times negative 600. So we're able to cancel these two here. So it'll be negative 600. Okay, I'm going to move it down. Hold on, let me divide it here like that. Separate, I'm sorry, not divide it. Separate it. So I'm going to be moving back this way, okay? So we have negative 600A minus 600C is equal to, and let's move it over here so we can do the multiplication. So we have 322 times 6, and then we'll just add 2 zeros at the end, okay? So 6 times 2 is 12, we'll carry a 1. 6 times 2 is 12 plus 1 is 13, and we carry a 1 here. 6 times 3 is 18 plus 1 is 19, and then we'll just add the 2 zeros for 600, right? So it would be 1932 and 00, correct? And then we just bring down the other values from the first problem. So 925A plus 600C is equal to, oh, and this is a negative, right? Remember? Because we multiply by a negative, so this is negative 193 200, okay? So we have 264 050. Okay, so now what we do is this is going to cancel out in the middle, correct? And here we have 925 minus 600, so it's 325. It's equal to, let's go ahead and do the subtraction here. So 264 050 minus 193 200, right? So we have 50 here. 2, you borrow 1, right? So actually, you can, if you want to do this, 40 minus 32 will give you 0.8, and then 26 minus 19, it gives you 7, right? Okay, so then we have 70,850, and we're going to be dividing it by 325, right? So A is going to be equal to, with the magic of television, I have the answer for that already. As oh my goodness, I don't have it, but we would divide by 325. So 70,850 divided by 325, and give me 1 second and I'll solve it out right now. Okay, so that this gives you 218. Okay, so the 218 was the end result when you divided the 70,850 divided by 325. So that's the A, the number of adults that attended. So then we need to find out how many children, right? So if we look at the original problem here, A plus C equals 322, right? So we have 218 plus C, I'll do it here. So 218 plus the number of children equals 322. So in order for us to determine how many children attended, we got to isolate the value of C. So minus 218 minus 218. That cancels out, and we have C is equal to 22 take away 18, it gives us 4. So it'll be 8. Okay, that's 4 here, 0, and 3 minus 2 is 1. So there was a total of 104 children and 218 adults. So it could be a little bit tedious, but it'll make your life a little bit easier when it comes to solving these problems. These are the only way to do it. You can do a combination of the addition method or the substitution method, whatever one fits your style. Okay, I'm going to write down the second problem that I'm going to cover. Okay, so here we have a second example of the same application of problems solving. So we have a bulk wholesaler wishes to mix a type of candy that's worth 45 cents a pound and a second type of candy that's worth 80 cents a pound to make 350 pounds of a candy that will be worth or are resold at 65 cents a pound. How much of each candy would be used in this type of problem? So here we're going to call the candy that's 45 cents, we'll call this one X. And the type of candy that's 80 cents, we'll call this one Y. Okay? So here we're going to be doing, remember, two types of equations, right? One of them is going to be the quantity, right? The quantity of pounds. So it's going to be the amount of the pounds of X plus the pounds of Y will give you a total of 350 pounds, right? That we don't know the quantities of each. Now, the second equation is going to involve, one is quantity and one is involved in the monetary, right? The money. So here we're going to have 0.45 x plus 0.8 y is equal to what now? How do we determine the money here? Well, think about it. You're going to have 350 pounds, right, of the new mixture of candy, and each pound is going to be sold at 65 cents a pound. So if we multiply 350 times 0.65, and I have already done so over here, 350 times 65 cents is going to give you a total of $227.50. Okay, so we have 227.50 here, and we would proceed and first go ahead and clear your decimals. So you have to move the decimal twice, right? Here twice, and here twice. So this would become, I'm going to just write a little higher, x plus, okay, hold on, move it to the right a little bit, x plus y equals 350. And then we have 45x, right? Because it was 0.45. I moved my decimal 2 places to the right. And then I'm going to move my decimal with the 80 cents 2 places. So it'll be plus 80y. It's equal to 227.50. Okay, and you would proceed in solving using either the addition method or the substitution method. Okay.